So I'm out here in the middle of the Mojave Desert because I heard of a crazy story about a man named Mr. Schmidt. He didn't want to have to walk around this big crazy mountain behind me, so he decided to tunnel right through it. So literally 38 years and half a mile later, he pops out, sees daylight, and walks out to this amazing view. So in this video, we're going to be talking about who was Mr. Schmidt, why was he out here, where he lived, and just the overall story of this man named Mr. Schmidt that took him 38 years to build a tunnel in the middle of nowhere Mojave Desert. So before we get going, let's start from the beginning. Now the way we found this area out here is we stopped at a little store called Jawbone Canyon, and they gave us a map, and we were talking to them about cool stuff to sightsee around here, and they definitely recommended this one. Pretty much the hills have eyes out here, and we found a sheep's foot in the middle of the road.
Let's get back to the truck before somebody crazy jumps out. That's like a domestic sheep. That ain't like a bighorn or anything. That's a domestic, like a sheep that gives wool type of thing.
So we bought that map that shows all the off-roading trails around here, and we noticed that some of the roads aren't marked and the map seems a little bit off. So just make sure that before you head out here and you got service, you type it into your GPS on your phone and it'll take you right to it without any issues, because the maps that they sell, we're noticing that some of the roads are mismarked and they're a little bit off. So don't rely completely on that, just have a plan coming up. So this is the house of Mr. Schmidt right here. There's a whole stretch of buildings. His full name was William Henry Burroughs Schmidt. So he was born in Rhode Island in 1871, and then he ended up heading out this way, you know, probably pursuing gold, pursuing silver, chasing his dreams to become rich, just like everybody else was at the time. And sure enough, he found this area and decided to build. I wonder how much of this has been messed with and how much is like original. It's pretty interesting stuff though. One thing to keep in mind is with how hot and dry this area is, I don't think there's a lot of natural water that occurs around here. He used to have to go down all the way to the city or wherever he was getting his water from and bring it all the way up. So, I mean, it takes a lot of will and determination to accomplish something like he did, because just as something as simple as water, you don't have any of it up here. In the year 1900, he didn't have cars. He didn't have a lot of technology we have nowadays. So they were living out here pretty basic. And if you know anything about this area, we're not far from Death Valley. It gets extremely hot out here. So like we say time and time again, the men and women that lived out here and traveled and tried to make a living during the gold rush in this era, in this time, or in that time in this area, were very hardy people, that's for sure.
Look at that old knife. I wonder if he used that. That's what he used to put butter on his pancakes with.
Let's check out this older house right here. Oh, we found his restroom. I wonder how many people have used it after him. I might need to stop by it in a minute. No. One thing I was thinking about, back in that time, you know, if he was born in like 1857 and he came out here to pursue gold and stuff, we tell all of the crazy stories about the wild, wild west, about how dangerous it was out here and how crazy people can be, you know, wanting to make money and steal money from people. One thing that I thought of is people say that he dug that tunnel to transport ore, but why would he be a gold miner out here pursuing gold and copper or whatever, silver, and then yet dedicate all his time to just digging a tunnel? I wonder if he was lying to everybody this whole time and he was secretly mining gold and silver, and he was telling everybody it was for a different reason, to get everybody off his tail so nobody would be on to him. Because rule number one to being a gold miner, and when you find good gold ore and silver and stuff, is to be hush, you know, zip your lips up, don't say anything, because people will come by and try to steal it all the time. But this tunnel we're gonna go explore took him 38 years to complete.
You ready to get out of here?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go check out the tunnel.
Finally made it to Schmidts Tunnel.
A lot of people here too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are coming out to explore this tunnel. So senior group just right down the road from here, and literally everyone we know in Ridgecrest, they always talk about it. Like, dude, you never been to Schmidts Tunnel? You gotta go.
So the story is that this guy, he had that little shack. We showed you that shack. It's right down that little berm.
The thing is, he had 2 mules, and he didn't want to take the journey around this whole mountain range because it was very dangerous with just 2 mules trying to carry a lot of heavy ore. So he said, you know what, I'm gonna dig a tunnel straight through so that everybody can start running their ore through this mountain instead of having to go around by horseback. Sure enough, he started digging pretty much mainly with nothing but a hammer, a pick, and a shovel and a little bit of TNT, almost straight through half a mile of solid granite. If you guys know anything about granite, it's super hard stone. So this guy was dedicated, motivated, and wanted to make some money. So let's figure out this story a little bit deeper.
Completed in 1938, born in Rhode Island.
Died in Ridgecrest.
Died in Ridgecrest, California. Somebody told me that he was buried up in Johannesburg.
Then the story goes too that about year 20 that he started digging this tunnel. 20 years in, the state finally built a highway around the mountain, eliminating the use for this tunnel. But you know, if you spend 20 years of your life trying to do something, he figured, you know, what the heck, I'm going to continue trying it, and spent the last 18 years just determined to finish the tunnel. I mean, it would be kind of hard to let go of something you worked 20 years on, right? Without seeing the light on the other side. This is pretty neat though. Let's check it out. Oh, it's cold in here. Ugh.
I wonder if any snakes and stuff come in here.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see pretty good.
Alright. You can see the light on the other side.
He had a little track system.
Looks like people ripped it up, but although he never pushed 1 ounce of gold or copper ore through this tunnel, he still wanted to make sure it was complete, so he installed a track system to be able to push ore in and out, although he never did use it. But you could see right here what he dug through. They were saying it's almost solid granite. Oh man, there's gold right here.
Oh man, it just crumbles. Look at this.
Yeah.
You barely touch it.
Oh, so.
We were just talking about how hard it was.
Adrian.
Oh, Adrian. And Ivy. I didn't know you had a woman.
I didn't either.
All right.
Oh no. What is that?
Somebody bumped their head.
Somebody got cracked.
All right, we're just gonna walk a little ways and then we'll let you guys know because we don't have any flashlights. Why is there blood in here? People sacrificing stuff in here? That's weird.
So they were saying that Mr. Schmidt actually got trapped in this tunnel multiple times and injured a bunch of times. Because obviously when you're blowing up dynamite, if there's not a stable spot, it'll collapse. So they were actually, I don't know how true it is, they said he got stuck in this tunnel a couple times and had to dig his way out also. Just something to keep in mind walking through here. This is where the granite was. See how hard that is? That's solid stone.
Let's just hope that there's no earthquakes while we're in here.
Oh yeah. Well, as we're walking through the Schmidts Tunnel, we're looking around because we're big into gold mining and we like looking at gold ourselves. And we're in some of the richest mountains for gold in the country. And look what we just found. I'm not sure, but you can see the heavy mineralization going on through here. Comment down below that that's some gold ore. That's what would have driven people out here to do stuff like this and dig these tunnels and come out here and work for the gold rush. Is exactly that reason. Now that's not a rich enough vein to chase to make money, but it's just cool to see. There's a mystery. I thought this tunnel only goes straight and it looks like it goes left.
What does it say? Nothing, huh?
On that gold vein not too far, and then this little thing cuts to the side. My guess is he might have got sidetracked because he saw a little bit of gold or something.
It's about 20 feet off track.
Yeah.
I think he just lived back here.
So you think as he's working, he'd come right here and just sleep?
Yeah, just sleep in here.
A little side tunnel, maybe a little restroom too or something? I'm not sure.
It's really hot outside, so he probably just stayed in here.
Yeah, true. It's pretty cool though.
Then he built this big door to protect his
There's a mouse right
probably.
there. See that mouse? Look at it.
Where?
There's a bunch of mice.
No way.
They're all running in the walls. Don't scare them out. There he is.
There he is. All right, we're out of here.
So it looks like the original track that he used to go through the mine is still here. It's just buried by dust. Must have been over the years of wind blowing through and stuff. Buried it. Man, you gotta watch your head in some spots in here. Oh man. That's weird. Either this is one of the spots where they say collapsed on him and he got stuck or something, because that goes up way high right there.
So we've gone, what, quarter mile?
Probably. There's some spots where you could tell the rock was either like harder to cut or something, because there's some spots you got to duck real low to go into, and then you get random spots like this that are literally just massive holes. Maybe this was just like a soft spot in the cave or something, and when he was TNTing his way through, because right here we were, you know, having a duck to go through, and right here it opens up, maybe it was a soft spot and all this just collapsed at once. I guess the tunnel turns, it splits both ways. So somewhere around the halfway point is when the highway got built, instead of him having to complete the tunnel, which is half a mile long. So somewhere about the halfway point, even maybe where we're at, by this point of him making this tunnel, he would have known that the highway got built and the use for this tunnel is completely not needed. So at this point, it was just sheer determination. It probably turned to like his life goal. He got obsessed with the cave and wanted to finish it. And I don't know if I see sunlight over there.
Daylight. So what does that sign mean? Right or left?
Either way, left.
Let's go left first. I think this is a dead end. What's this little feller doing? These mice aren't used to these lights. Show us where the gold's at, Mouse. He's still running. So there was a right and left turn, and now this one went about 50 yards and it's a dead end. There's a lot of rat feces back here, so.
We're covering our noses with our shirts because it doesn't smell like good air. But the thing is, it's super short, so almost had to crawl our way in. My only explanation would be he had to be chasing gold or silver of some sort down here.
Some type of tar.
Yeah, what is that? That's weird. Man, that air, if you make that left turn, does not smell healthy back there. We had to cover our nose and get out of there. So if you would have made the right turn, looks like all along there was light at the end of the tunnel.
Half mile marker.
You know what's so crazy about this? At this point when he was cutting this tunnel, he didn't know how close he was to the finish line. He's over here working just like he did every day. His cuts aren't as smooth as they were earlier, so maybe, you know.
He's getting older.
Yeah, he's starting to get older. He's not taking as much time as he was, because when the tunnel first started, he had it cut real nice and smooth, and now you can see it's getting jagged, it's getting rough. He knows there's no purpose.
Oh, either he got sidetracked with that beautiful ore, or
yeah, there might have been gold in there.
In that. Beautiful stuff right here.
But it's a crazy thought, because at this point of him building the tunnel so far in, starting to get old, his body's getting worn out. He's been doing this by hand for 30 plus years. You already know that there's no use for your tunnel anymore. You already know that there's no purpose for it. You're just doing it to do it at this point. So he starts to, you know, obviously not be able to cut the tunnel as good as he once was. And like we say, it's a weird thought, not knowing that sunlight is just right there. So every day out here working still.
Finished it for the glory.
Now the entire tunnel's like, feels like it's getting shorter and shorter all the way to the daylight. When you first start walking this tunnel, you can kind of stand right up and not watch your head. And then you start getting spots where you gotta start watching your head, and now the whole way out is like you gotta duck.
Can you imagine how he felt when he finally broke through that piece and saw daylight?
Oh man, it's probably the best feeling ever.
38 years later, he came to this side and he said, wow, I made it for a shortcut and here's a cliff right here.
I know.
Oh man,
it's pretty odd he picked right here, huh?
Well, he probably thought he was going to come out lower or something.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the lake.
Is that China Lake?
No, that's a dry lake bed. That's Garlock Road down there. That road is closed because it got destroyed. All these washes, they washed down and they just destroyed that road. So you can see there's water down there.
You know what's weird is, like you said, I mean, he probably imagined himself getting out lower, because even if he finished that and the tunnel was still needed, I mean, where were they going to get this ore to? So they say the reason that he decided to build this tunnel in the first place is because he said it was a dangerous hike to carry so much heavy ore up and over the mountain. So he decided to try to tunnel straight through it instead. But like we're talking about right now, the question is, I wonder if he ever even went to the side where he planned on finishing, because if you guys look straight down, I mean, I wouldn't imagine that being any safer trying to get down this cliff, unless maybe this trail right here, unless he planned on taking all the ore along this and along down slowly. But that's a little bit questionable, I'd say.
You know what's weird about it? Is when he was digging, like say the last 100 feet here, all that dirt that he was chipping away, he had to take it all the way out.
He had to take it all the way back.
A half a mile, dumped a little, I was gonna say basket, but
the mine cart.
Dumped the cart
the
and
wheelbarrow
all the way back.
They said that this guy, when he first started, before he put the mine cart in, that it was all hand tools and a little bit of TNT, and he was carrying a lot out by wheelbarrow and on his back with a little backpack, just carrying the rocks out that he was blowing up. They say when he was done that he was hunched over. I wonder where all the ore went. You know, you move half a mile of stone out of a mountain. I don't know where they put it all. I didn't see it out by his house, did you?
No, but I was hoping there would be a porta potty here at the end of the tunnel.
It's a very interesting story, and it's hard to see why somebody, especially back then, would dedicate their life to just digging a tunnel that's no longer needed. It's very weird. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Awesome little story right there. With Mr. Schmidt, a dude dedicated his whole life to this area, and he's almost immortalized forever in his work. In a way, it's almost like art, if you want to call it that. So many people travel there. I highly recommend it. Make sure to bring out a 4x4, a good map, and plenty of water, because it's easy to get lost if you're not familiar with off-roading. Take your time, be careful, and come check it out. It's a nice area. So we're actually out here in California right now, Southern California, where Senior grew up. And we're going to check out a few different spots. As you can see, we got some fishing poles. We might get a little fishing trip in. So stay tuned. We got more videos coming. But other than that, appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you outdoors. So far, so good.
All right, guys. Feels a little bit shady, but we're gonna make it happen. You good?
Perfectly fine.
All right, let's do it. Beautiful little lake out in this private community. I think they stock it. I don't know why a catfish bit my lure, but go back, guy.